What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a new YouTube video, and today we're going to be talking about why you need to master the art of perspective and how having one mindset will not be a solve-all for all the challenges you are going to face. Before we get started, I want you to think about something. Remember the last time that you went through a whole week, you trained insanely hard, your diet went completely well, but then by the time you got to the weekend, you completely fell off, you completely fell apart, you might have skipped a diet, whatever it might have been, right? What happened to you personally? How did that make you feel? What did you think? And what did you blame? Did you blame the fact that you didn't have enough willpower? Did you blame the fact that you didn't have enough motivation? Or was it just overall stress? Think about what kind of things that you were going through your head when you fell off. So the main problem that so many people have when it comes to not achieving their goals and not being able to stay on their road to success is because they don't understand that one mindset isn't enough for all the situations you're going to face. You have different challenges that are going to attack you differently than others. What does that mean? For example, if you are going to a fat loss journey, you have things like the diet, you have the gym, you have cardio, you have tracking your macros, you have the decisions you make when you are getting a hankering for something, where you are getting hit in the face by a craving. You have all these different decisions that you have to make, but having one simple mindset to conquer all of them is not going to work, right? For example, emotion, it fuels some moments very well, like inside the gym when you need to be angry, you need to feel something to get that extra rep, but in something else where deciding whether or not you need to eat a Domino's pizza or whether you need to eat some chicken and rice with broccoli, emotion is not going to help you there. So you can't use the same tool for every situation that you have. For example, a carpenter doesn't use a hammer to lay down some carpet, right? He has a whole toolbox of tools that he needs to use for the different situations that he's going to be in. So that leads us into the different mindsets that you are going to need to have. And this is only a few that I have listed, but there are so many different mindsets that you need to have, that you need to master in order to achieve and stay on that road to success, right? So this is going to be your mental toolkit. So the first mindset that I have, I'm calling the competitor, and this is when you use emotion and aggression to fight through whatever challenges you may be facing, right? I feel that too many people use this kind of mindset with everything that they have in their life, right? They use emotion and aggression to try and get through whatever it is that they're facing, which is not the key, right? This kind of mindset should only really be used inside the gym, because in the gym, these emotions, aggression is going to help you get through the challenges that you are facing inside the gym, right? In the gym, you're facing challenges of wanting to quit. You're facing challenges of just trying to go through the motions. You're facing challenges of being bored because you are doing the same thing over and over again, right? You are facing challenges of pushing your limits past failure. And when you have emotions like aggression, anger, fear, sadness, you are able to harness those feelings and physically push through whatever boundary that is being set with you inside the gym. So the main reason you can't use the competitor mindset in a lot of other situations, like for example a diet, is because when you're inside the gym, aggression, you need something to attack, and emotion, you need something to get you through it, right? But when you're in a diet, aggression is only just going to make you angry, just because you might just be sitting there with food that you don't want to eat, even though you know you have to, right? You're sitting there with food you don't want to eat, and you might just get being angry about it for no reason, and there's nothing you could do about it, right? You're just going to get emotional about it, and that might cause you to start making decisions that you don't want to make, right? It might make you impulsive. It might make you start making impulsive decisions like getting a pizza or opening up DoorDash. So for the next mindset I'm calling it the identity check. And this is mainly used for situations where it comes down to diet decisions, when it comes to staying away from any cravings that might hit you square in the face, right? And this is the idea of asking yourself, is this who I said I was? So the reason that you need this identity check when it comes to something like dieting is because when you try to willpower your way through making diet decisions, you will fail that every single time. So now when it comes down to diet decisions, our brain wants some form of dopamine, right? So that will cause our brain to crave things like pizza and anything that you could order off DoorDash, any Chinese food, any Italian food. Whatever it is that you are craving at the moment, our mind is going to want it because it wants dopamine. And when you try to use something like willpower or just strict discipline, you are not getting that kind of dopamine rush that your brain wants. But when you have this identity check mindset where you are asking yourself, is this who I am? Is this who I said I was? Is this who I said I'm going to be? When you get through eating that meal that you don't want to eat, when you get through eating that meal that you know you have to have but does not taste very good, you know by the end of it, you are going to be proud of yourself because you told yourself, I am able to eat this. I am going to eat this. This is going to make me better. And then you did eat it and you did get through it and you stuck to who you said you were going to be. And you will get that feeling of pride. You will get that feeling of enjoyment just because you know that you were able to do something that you told yourself you were going to do. So for the third mindset I'm going to mention today, I'm going to call the philosopher mindset. But this is also kind of like that big picture mindset where you stop focusing on that one minute detail that you are kind of like craving over, and you zoom out and you look at the big picture. This comes when you are facing plateaus or doubt, right? Because when you are facing these kinds of things, you are not seeing the weight on the bar go up. You are not seeing the weight on the scale go down or up, whatever your goals are. You are not seeing a change that you want to see. And you are thinking to yourself, is this even worth it? What am I doing? And you are honestly thinking about just leaving it all behind and walking away. But with this mindset, this causes you to stop looking at these very small things that you're looking at and zoom out. And it causes you to see where you started versus where you are now versus where you want to be, right? It causes you to think about why you started. It causes you to think about what you want to become. It causes you to see the progress that you've already made. And these kinds of things stop you from moving on and leaving it all behind. It stops you from quitting altogether. And the reason why something like aggression won't work is because you can't just be aggressive in fighting past plateaus. This thing takes patience, it takes time, and you need to end up looking at that big picture in order to have patience with the process. And the final mindset I'm going to be talking about today, I'm calling the anchor mindset. And this is used whenever it comes to any kind of social pressure, right? So that means that could be going out to the bar with your friends on the weekends, or you came home and your mom made your favorite dish in the entire world that you've ever had, and you know you need to skip it. Or it could honestly come down to getting ready for the gym, right? Getting ready to be ready to accomplish your goals. And you have a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever it is, and they tell you, can't you just skip it for today, right? Can't we just watch a movie or something, get some takeout, and just spend some time together, right? All these different situations have some kind of outside opinion on your commitment, on your goals, and they are testing you, right? And you need to make the decision of falling into these outside opinions, or you need to make the decision of staying committed to your goals. And having this anchor mindset will help you get through them, because the anchor mindset all surrounds around your main reason of why you're doing it. If your main reason of why you are doing something is strong enough, it will help you defeat any kind of outside noise that you will come across. Your reason as to why you are doing something, why you are on this goal in the first place, will tie you back to where you started, where you are now, and the goals you want to achieve. It will help you tie back your mindset to the progress that you are making, to the process that you have to make. It will make you think twice about falling into these outside opinions. These 4 mindsets, I believe, are the most important mindsets that you could have in your mental toolkit when it comes to dealing with challenges and basically tests to your commitment. And there are more. If you want to see a video on that, drop a comment, let me know. But these are the 4 most important ones that I believe there are. And it's great to have a mental toolkit, but you can't do anything with it if you don't know how to, right? And that's where you need practice, right? So to start, you need to know your weak points. You need to see the situations that you've had in the past, and you need to see what has corrupted you, what has made you fall off track, what has made you go past your breaking point. And then once you can understand all the different situations that you've been in where you've fallen off track and you understand why you've fallen off track, then you can preload the frame before the moment hits. And what does that mean? That means when you are about to fall into a situation again where you might be falling off track, you will see it before it happens. And if you can see it before it happens, then you can load in that mindset that will help you break through that. And then finally, it just comes down to doing that manually. So many times it's about getting your repetitions in to the point where it becomes automatic. And when it becomes automatic, then you have mastered the art of perspective and switching your mindset when you need to switch it. if you were to take away one thing from this video, just take away the fact that discipline is a skill set and not a personality trait. Discipline is being able to master the art of perspective, is being able to adapt to any situation you are in and adapt to the best form of yourself that will overcome that situation. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you like this kind of video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to see any other kind of content from me, leave a comment in the comment section. And if you want to work with me with one-on-one coaching, then there's a link in my bio. You can click that, fill it out, and set up a meeting with me, and we could talk about one-on-one coaching. But other than that, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.